I'm Dave Dinkle, and this is the Transactional Funding Real Estate Investor Question and Answer Series. Today's question is, what type of entity should an investor use for a transactional funder? The investor involved in borrowing transactional funding can use any entity to purchase and sell the property that he's closing. While an accountant or a CPA should help you make the final decision, generally speaking, investors use an LLC, limited liability corp, for properties that they intend to hold and where they intend to be collecting rents. Conversely, investors tend to use corporations, a sub-S election, for wholesaling and rehabbing properties. Again, make this decision with an accounting professional who understands real estate investing to keep you out of trouble later on. Many investors also use land trust, with the beneficiary being an LLC that has the accounting done as if it were a sub-S corp. However, this question relates to the transactional funding lender. What type of entity should he be using? Besides the traditional choices of an LLC or a corporation, if the transactional funder is a private lender, he will be inclined to use his personal name. On the issue of using one's own name, attorneys and accountants will tell clients not to expose themselves to potential liability that an LLC or corporation can insulate them from. This is a very personal matter that needs to be determined with the lender's professionals to weigh the cost versus the benefit of starting and maintaining an entity versus occasionally making a loan to a local investor. If you start going across state borders, you may get into additional laws and regulations that do not apply in your state. Get legal advice in the additional state you're intending to loan in, or stay in your local area. The temptation to loan transactional funding for a few hours and make money is very tempting, but it does entail various risks, so always be prepared before you begin. Now, I'm not dodging the answer to the question, but rather saying this is a personal choice. Having an entity will not keep you from being sued, and if you are sued, the real cost will be the attorney's fees. A good option is to make sure you're doing everything legally to begin with, and have your documents drafted by attorneys in your state, and make sure that these documents are then state specific. Thanks for joining us for this Real Estate Investor Series on transactional funding.